it the other day.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Really
and so
good.
I'm really excited. Lee got to visit with them, and so we're going to tell you who they are and what they're all about. They have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. Also, we're going to get your hair done today on the show.
I hope so. I actually asked. They said, no, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, true. No, we have our friends from Vosé Salon here with us today. We're talking about, it's a new season. Maybe time to change your hair color, get a new cut, something like that. So we're going to talk about that today.
Why couldn't they do my hair? What do you mean doesn't have time for that? That's my question. Because of the glue?
Because of the glue, yeah. The adhesive is what takes the longest time. Because then they got to pull the hair off, color it, put it back on. You know how it is.
I was ready for it, though.
Yes, so we have both of those things going on. So it's going to be a good day. We appreciate you being with us.
Also, we'll talk about this a little bit, but if you got just a few seconds, you want to go to our Facebook, we got a poll rolling right now that we'll talk about here in our Hot Topics.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Let's do it. Let's go to our Hot Topics today.
Here it is.
Hot Topic. This is so sad. Have you heard about this? An Arizona woman was hit and killed by a self-driving Uber car on Sunday night. This is believed to be the first pedestrian death associated with self-driving technology. Here's a look at the scene. Investigators said the car was in autonomous mode with a human driver as a backup. So the car was driving itself, but there was a person in the car. A preliminary investigation shows the vehicle was going around 40 miles per hour. The woman who was hit was walking her bike across the street, reportedly not in a crosswalk.
Right.
Uber has stalled self-driving car testing as a result of this deadly crash, and they say they are cooperating with the Arizona police.
When Google was testing their cars, they worked pretty much to perfection. By the way, the question we asked, do you believe that the self-driving table stopped on us. Or if self-driving cars
are safe?
So we want to know what you think about that.
Yeah.
But when Google was running their tests, they were actually really safe.
Yeah.
The only incidents they had was when other human dynamics got involved.
Yeah.
Where people would run a yellow, or they would stop, or they would get rear-ended. That was one of the main things that happened in the test that Google ran, was because the car would see yellow and would slow and stop, as we're used to humans
gunning it to try to get through.
So there was a lot of rear ends.
Yeah.
Why didn't you run the light?
Yeah, geez.
Because it doesn't make those nuanced decisions the way humans do, although they're getting better at it.
Yeah, and this, it's one thing to have an accident involving one of these Uber cars, but it's just to have a woman die because of this. It's heartbreaking.
Right. But,
and so clearly these are not completely perfect devices,
No, but I read a report that said if a human was driving the automobile, I don't know that the result would have been any different.
Right.
It was at night, and she's in the middle of the road, not at a crosswalk.
It was not in a crosswalk, exactly right. So, but you still hate to see this, and much more investigation to be done. But head over to our Facebook page. We want to know your thoughts on self-driving cars.
Yeah, well, how about this? Sex and the City actress Cynthia Nixon has entered the race for governor of New York. She plans to challenge incumbent Governor Andrew Cuomo in September's Democratic Party primary. Nixon says she's not going to take any corporate money for her campaign.
If she doesn't run under the name Miranda Hobbs, no. I'm sorry, no.
You're not going to vote for her?
I'm not going to vote for her, since I'm registered in New York and all. I don't know how I feel about this. Anytime I feel like, I don't know about Cynthia Nixon. I don't know anything about her politics. I know she's a liberal, correct? She's a Democrat.
Yes.
I don't know anything about her stance on anything, but I just always am wary when a celebrity tends to run for office. I tend to think some celebrities feel that they know more than they actually do about
Does that
issues.
Dismiss it right away?
No,
you
that's
have
what
to
I'm
feel
saying.
They can be competent once they're put through the test of, say, debates,
exactly,
interviews.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, I'm not saying I know anything about her politics or anything like that. We will have to see. But my first gut reaction anytime I hear of a celebrity being like, I'm running for office, my ideas, I'm always like, are they better? I don't know. So we'll see.
Right. What real life experience does she have other than pretending to be somebody else? But the same could be true or said about Ronald Reagan.
Exactly right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So we'll see. But
But then you could say, well, what about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
See, that was a celebrity before, obviously he was.
So we'll see what happens.
The commander-in-chief.
I just would like to know, is she going to include her Sex and the City actor or anything to do with that in her campaigning? That's how most people know her. I think it could be some funny ads.
But to your point, I get what you're saying. But I don't want to dismiss somebody because
not at all. I'm not saying that at all.
She may be able to be very competent.
Yeah, if she comes out with her points of view, people might be like, wow, she's got some good ideas.
Then again, she could be an actress loon.
Exactly right. So we just don't know. We will stay and we will see. Well, this is unfortunate. Comedian Hannibal Buress's mic was cut off at a recent performance after joking about sexual misconduct in the Catholic Church. Hannibal has been on our show before. He performs at Comedy Off Broadway here in Lexington from time to time. Yes, well, it's been reported he began his set talking about a set that he did at Loyola University in Chicago, which we all know who they are now because of the NCAA tournament. And he was talking about the guidelines that the school had given him before his show. He said that he was asked to, quote, "remain from content about rape, sexual assault, race, sexual orientation, illegal drugs, or the use of." Well, at the performance, his mic was immediately shut off after he made a joke about the Catholic Church's history of child molestation. Attendees say program organizers turned the background music up while Buress walked off the stage. Come on, man.
Let me ask you, how would you feel, though, about that? Because if you're a freedom of speech person, but how would you feel about that if we all found out it was Sister Jean that pulled the plug? Would that change the dynamic of it?
I
if
don't
it was
know.
her going,
Sister Jean's back there like,
we told you.
If you don't know who Sister Jean is, just Google it. She's like the new star from March Madness. She's awesome from Loyola, Chicago.
Yeah. I am split with this because if you have an agreement with your contractor. So they have hired you and said, hey, we're going to pay you money, but we don't want you to touch these subjects. I would think as a business agreement, you honor that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you are a university where young people are supposed to be challenged by ideas, you think you're a bastion of free speech. So because it's a college campus and not particularly a business, although it is a private institution, so I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That's why I'm conflicted. I like Hannibal, by the way. He's a funny guy.
Yes.
But I don't know where I fall on that. I wouldn't do it. If they said you can't do this, I probably wouldn't.
Well, that's my thing. It was their right to. They told him not to say these things.
Yeah.
He did, so they, your performance is over.
But I'm disappointed in higher institutions of learning that don't allow freedom of speech where students are supposedly challenged, where their own beliefs are met with debate, and you have to go, okay, I haven't heard this take before.
Yeah.
That's how you
Topic,
develop.
and many of these college students are adults. I don't, if they're comfortable with it.
By the way, and they didn't like them turning the mic off, as you said. I mean, they about
students
rioted.
weren't happy about it, so. Yeah. Well, this is very odd. It is the latest Pinterest fad. It involves using an old baby doll head to put your flowers in. This isn't a new concept, but it has recently caught on. I am freaked out.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Apparently, people that do it say it's a great way for you to recycle and reuse. So you don't go buy a baby doll and cut its head off and do this. Like it's an old baby doll that I guess you were going to throw away. You do this. No, This is so weird. Fork out the $2, go over to Dollar General, get yourself a planter, and put your geraniums in there.
People come visit and they're going to think you're some kind of serial killer.
Yeah, they're going to be like, those new neighbors are weird. Have you seen the Cruz's house? It's got gorgeous plants, but I do not like this whatsoever.
Yeah, me either.
Please don't do this.
A mysterious creature was discovered on a beach in Georgia. A man and his son found it after going boating over at Wolf Island National Wildlife Refuge in the Golden Isles. He said to a TV station in Georgia, initially thought the animal was a dead seal. Says after a closer look, the creature looked like something from prehistoric times. It looks like the same thing we had on the show a couple of 3 months ago. Remember something washed up and we were trying to identify it?
I don't know, but this is very weird. And I've seen some other photos of it that are even weirder. Like this one, I don't think is the best photo that there is of it. There are some other ones that are like...
Oh, there's a, glamour shot?
There's a glamour shot, better lighting. No, it's like it's spread out a little bit. You can kind of see it more, and it looks really creepy.
To me, it looks like a squid.
Maybe it is. Maybe this is a squid. It does kind of look like a squid.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know, but it's weird. Don't touch it. The group Fifth Harmony is taking an indefinite hiatus. They say they plan to all explore solo careers. Now, we all remember Camila Cabello was part of Fifth Harmony, but she split. It was last year. There were 5 of them, and then they went down to 4. Camila, though, has had an amazing career. We love her. Lee and I, anytime we're in the car, we jam
we love that thing.
Never Be the Same. That's her song, so we like that. But yeah, the group was formed in 2012 after finishing 3rd place on the American version of the X Factor. So, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's kind of like when One Direction split. But they've all seemingly had
let me tell you what a dark day that was for me.
Very dark.
When One Direction broke up, I remember I locked myself in the bathroom and cried.
That was really hard for you.
In the fetal position.
Yeah. More
Who
so
are they
than
again?
normal.
They're the British band.
They're the British men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But yeah, I think this is fine. I was never a real big Fifth Harmony fan. I didn't dislike them, but they were just not really a band I got into. I really only have thought about them since Camila
They got
Cabello
that one
left.
song. Yeah, I like Camila.
Because I really like her. I think her
like
music's
her.
really good.
I like her.
Yeah.
That what's that one? It's got my heart like a sledgehammer.
Oh, okay.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm at the concert right now. I feel like.
Okay.
No.
That's it.
So, all right.
like
Those
that
are
song.
today's hot topics, everyone.
All right. Well, coming up next, this week's half-off dining deal. Italian.
It's going to be so good. Details on how to get your fill at Bullett's Winery, Brewery, and Bistro here in Lexington at half the cost. Our LEX 18 half-off dining deal coming up next.